paper crafters, this is Robin with Robin's Creative Cottage. Today I'm going to share with you my flowers that I did for a swap. It's a flower swap I've done over at Your Paper Pantry, and I'm just going to show you how I made each individual flower. Most of the flowers that I made, I found a YouTube video that showed me how to make these flowers. The theme for this month was to make your flowers out of ribbon, and that's what I've done for all of my flowers, and then just added a little bit of a bling on the inside. So, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the links down below this video of where I found the videos, because I feel it's really important to give credit to those who taught me how to make some really wonderful flowers. One of the flowers, which is this one right here, I actually designed myself. I just started playing around and ended up making this beautiful flower, and so I'm going to teach you how to make this on a separate video. So let me show you how I made each flower. I'm going to start off by showing you how I made this green flower. It turned out really cute. I like how it looks. I learned how to make this green flower by a YouTuber, and here is her channel, and then I'll also below I'll leave the link to where you can find her exact tutorial so you can go and learn how to make these flowers. Now what I used to make it, I used the green flower, and I made a 5-petal flower, and then for the center I used sheer ribbon, very thin sheer ribbon, and then inside I have a beautiful little decorative flower from Stampin' Up, and then a little tiny black brad, and then on the back I just hot glued a little 1 1/4 inch circle. So what I used is this green ribbon. It's 1 1/2 inches wide, and then I made 5 separate stitches just like it showed in Annette's video, and in between each is 2 1/2 inches. And obviously, if you can see in the video, my stitches are not very beautiful, but the flower does turn out to look really lovely. I use this very thin 1/4 inch ribbon, and this measures about 10 1/2 inches wide, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little stitches, and each 1 1/2 inches wide. And so again, just like on the video, she goes ahead and does the stitching, and then she pulls the stitching tight to create her beautiful flower, and then just ties it off. So I'm not going to show you how to do that because you can learn how to do that from Annette. It's turned out really cute. And then again, once I bunched this, pulled all the strings and then tied it off, I hot glued this to the center, and then just added my little gem with my tiny little brad. Now I just remembered before I hot glued everything together, I used my tea dye distress ink to give it a little bit of a more of a vintage look. The theme for the flowers this month is Easter / vintage look, and so that's kind of the look I'm going for. I hope that I have been able to do that with this flower. I think this flower turned out really pretty. I like the look of it, and this ribbon has a little bit of glitter in it, so it looks really pretty. Now for this big puffy flower, I learned how to do it from a YouTuber named Gumma56. I hope I pronounced that right, but I'll go ahead and leave her YouTube channel right here, and then below I'll also add the link to the tutorial to this big puffy flower. This flower, I used a ribbon, and it's 15 inches long, and this is wired ribbon, so it measures about 2 1/2 inches. So that's what I used, the wire. So the wire is on both sides of the ribbon, and just followed her tutorial on how she did that. She did a great tutorial. It was her first tutorial, she said, and I thought she did a great job because I learned how to do it well. For the inner flower, which is this piece right here, again I went back to Annette's tutorial, and I did a ribbon that's about 8 1/2 inches wide, And for each mark, this time I did 1 inch. I did a 1 inch little mark here. So all the way down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it makes an 8 petal flower, which gave me this little really pretty flower on the inside. And again, just hot glued it together. And then I added some of these little pieces on the inside, and I used 5 of them to place together. Again, I just hot glued everything together and then just pushed down in the center these beautiful little pearl stems. And then on the back, again, just a 1 1/4 inch circle to finish the back off. So that's how I did this flower, and I'm really grateful for all those YouTubers to teach us how to do these fun flowers. The third flower I made, I really like the look of this one. I think this turned out really pretty. Now, where I found the inspiration from this flower is from hgtv.com. So it actually wasn't a YouTube video, other than this pink flower, again, from Annette. So I'll give you the link to the HGTV link for how I made this flower. Now, what I did is I took a circle, and again, just following the tutorial that they had on their website, and then you just take five pieces of ribbon, which measures 4 inches, and then you just take this and just knot it, and I just make sure that the shiny side stays on the outside, and then I leave my 2 shiny flaps up. So you just put the knot in the center, and then you just bring them together, and then you just place them on your circle here. So you can either hot glue it or use some glue dots, which is what I've done with a few of my flowers. So just placed them on there, and I just placed 5 around, so right on my circle. And then again, back to Annette's beautiful 5 petal flower is what I used for this. And this one measures about 12.5 inches, give or take. And again, I just did little markings every 2.5 inches. So just like I did the green flower, that's exactly how I made this one, but just with a pink sheer ribbon, which I thought turned out really cute. So then again, once I placed my ribbons on here, just hot glued my pink flower into the center, and then I got these little ribbon buckles from eBay, and then from SaCrafters I got these half pearls, and then they just go right, they fit right inside my little my ribbon buckle, and then again hot glued it just right on the top there. And so that's how I created this ribbon. And then on the back, again, I just put about a 1 1/4 inch, this might be 1 3/4 inch circle, hot glued that on the back, and that's how I did this ribbon. I thought it turned out really pretty. It's kind of a different style with the knots at the end. I just put together the background of the paper that I'm going to put my flowers on, and this is what I've come up with. But I'll go ahead and just put them in a plastic bag before I send them off. And this is what I decided to use for the background, this paper, and this is from K & Company paper pad, and then the background is Basil cardstock. What I did is I cut this out using my Cricut. I used the Lacy Label Cricut cartridge, and then I had this beautiful scallop up here. And so what I thought I would do is I took this scallop that was cut out from right here, and then I inked up the edges. So I just went ahead and used that same distress ink. I used the tea dye. So I inked that up all around the edges of my background paper, and then also my little piece here. And what I use this for is a little pocket to put my name in on the back of the card. So I just adhered it down right here in the corner, and then just tucked my little tag in here of who made the flowers. So I just had my name and then my YouTube channel on here. So what I did is I just took my flowers. I have my 4 flowers here. And then I just put just a very small little pop dot on the back of the flower. And then I just adhered it down so they'll be easy to take off the card for the recipient who gets my flowers. So let's see, let me just finish putting my flowers right on here. And then I've got my last one. These are my finished flowers together on their card for the Your Paper Pantry Flower Swap. Thanks so much for stopping by.